Self-Evident Truths, The Hierarchy of Rights, and a Balanced Perspective by Bruce Gilbert. Many will recognize this document as a significant event in the foundation of the United States of America. It was given with definite intent, which we shall examine in some of its opening statements. It was enacted in Congress July 4th, 1776, and was known as the Unanimous Declaration of the 13 United States of America. In its opening statement, it said the following: when in the course of human events it becomes necessary for one people to dissolve the political bands which have connected them with another, and to assume among the powers of the earth the separate and equal station to which the laws of nature and of nature's God entitle them, a dissent respect to the opinions of mankind requires that they should declare the cause which impel them to the separation. They spoke of self-evident truths, and these are things that we need to speak of today. They're very, very relevant. It further stated, we hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Certainly we know that we're not all created the same height, the same gifts and talents and abilities one from another. But we are created equal with respect to these rights, these unalienable rights. And that is, we all have the right to life, the right to liberty, and the right to pursue happiness. What I'd like to point out, and the purpose probably for this presentation, is that there is a hierarchy of these rights, and it was given as such. The self-evident, inalienable hierarchy is established to be the highest, the right to life. That is the supreme right that we all have. No one has the right to take our lives from us. 2, subservient to the right to life was the right to liberty, the right to have freedom. And then subservient to those first 2 rights was the right to pursue happiness. We live in a day and age where people don't really understand that these rights were given in a hierarchy. Life, that right comes before liberty. And liberty comes before the pursuit of happiness. This hierarchy assures that any individual, being separate and equal, cannot assert their right to pursue happiness at the expense of the life or liberty of another human. I am a member of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. I am a Mormon. And one of the statements that I very, very highly value and believe is given in the 11th article of faith pertaining to that religion. And it says the following: we claim the privilege of worshiping Almighty God according to the dictates of our own conscience, and allow all men the same privilege. Let them worship how, where, or what they may. Certainly, that involves the freedom of speech and the freedom of religion. Those are liberties. Marriage, as ordained by God, is between a man and a woman. Let those whose pursuit of happiness take them outside of these religious precepts not prohibit, limit, or deny the inalienable right of liberty be taken from those who believe contrary to their own beliefs. I'd like to talk for a moment again, bearing that there is a hierarchy of rights. Liberty, the pursuit of happiness, and free enterprise. There is a distinct difference between public life and private life. There is a code of conduct wherein we learn to interact one with another. In the public arena, much is said today about discrimination and racism and all these things, and certainly when one is attempting to learn how to love their fellow beings and to get along peaceably, we learn to live and let live and try not to control other people. There is a difference between discrimination and preference. We all have preferences for things that will aid us in our pursuit of happiness. And with regard to this, certainly in the public arena, laws have been given and written whereby society is protected from self-destruction. Certainly in today's world, that is of paramount importance, because it would seem that great effort is extended upon people attempting to control other people instead of allowing them their free will. I'd like to speak a moment about public commerce. The free enterprise system has been established by contractual law here in the United States, whereby two parties can enter into a binding agreement of services or products rendered in exchange for compensation through the exercise of free will and mutual consent. Free enterprise is not free if an individual is forced to enter into a contract with whomever demands it. The remedy for such an instance under free enterprise is for the solicitor of such to seek services or products elsewhere from those who will give it and who will enter into that type of agreement voluntarily. The answer is to not compel and to not use force in attempting to control other people.